Well, hello, everybody. Do you all
Hello.
miss us?
Hello.
It's like it's been so long. It's like, I really miss you guys, to be honest with you. And I actually miss doing the show. It was weird that, a Wednesday came by and I'm like, oh, I don't have no show today.
Yeah, a lot, and the crazy part is like that first week, I was unable to do my show because of work. I was like, no live this week. And on top of that, I cut myself.
I know it was, oh
Yeah, I get two stitches.
no.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Yeah, and and they even gave me a tetanus shot. I couldn't. They asked me when was the last time you got a tetanus shot. I was like, I'm not. I don't remember. I didn't even want it, but I was like, I'm not gonna argue. Oh, go ahead.
That's no bueno. Well, at least you're feeling better, right?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't feel it. I had no clue it happened. Even after I looked at it, I mean, I could see under my under my skin, but I was like, I don't feel
Oh
it.
my God. Well, at least that's good that you're doing good. So that's
Yeah,
the most
that's
important
fine.
part of it. I'm
That's a good
trying
thing.
to, okay, hold on. Here we go. All right. So, well, welcome in everybody that is on the live today. Welcome back. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Um, hold on. For some, okay, there we go. All right. So let me see. Welcome in Eddie Lugo Studios. Hello, Muncie Channel. How are you? Alice
Hello.
Lugo Studios in the house, cruising with Keith, and I have myself here. Welcome in. I know everybody's going to be coming in a little bit as we continue to go through our show.
And
I
let
just
me get a
wanted
new
to.
logo.
I
I like
know.
it. I like it.
I know everybody likes my new logo. My daughter created that for me while I was in Missouri, so I thought that was really cool. It has my little phone with my little green puff and everything. I'm like, oh my God, I've never had a cute logo like that. So everybody's liking the new logo. So thanks to everybody that has been commenting on that one. So it's just been great. I really miss you guys. It's been crazy. Like these past 2 weeks with no show has been like a little sad. But if you guys watched my show yesterday, I provided some information as to where I was with. I was on Odyssey of the Seas. Then I spent a whole week in Missouri visiting my daughter. So that was 2 weeks. I'm happy to be back home and be here with you guys. And today we flew all over to Jamaica. So we're in Jamaica today.
Yeah,
And this is
man.
a great, I know, Irie. Welcome in, Miss Joanne. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Joanne.
I know we have some Jamaican words, like what is it? Yeah, man,
Well,
Irie.
I mean, I'm going to make sure I say the good words, not the not the radar words, because I know a lot of radar from like being obviously working in construction or when I used to work in other places. So they tend to teach you the bad words.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a lot of it's Jamaica is beautiful. Hey Bethany, welcome in, love. Thank you so much for being here today. Jamaica is really nice. I know a lot of people have been also hearing that Jamaica is a little bit right now, like a lot of people are scared to go to Jamaica because of everything that's going on. But I be honest, I've been to Jamaica twice. I've never seen an issue in Jamaica. Like, thankfully, been to Falmouth twice in February and now in where are we? April. And I've never encountered any
I
issues
mean,
with
I
the
mean,
people or anything.
I've never been to Jamaica, but from Jamaicans who actually live in Jamaica that I've spoken with, they say I'm not saying when you go to the cruise ports, but when you
Mhm.
stay at the resorts, they always tell me don't leave the resort if you when you go to Jamaica. That's all I've
Yeah,
ever been told, but I've never been there, so
right.
I'm going based off of people who actually were born there.
Yeah, but in like I said, like in February when we went to Falmouth, we went to Montego Bay and we did an excursion, which is kind of like a walking tour time, like walking tour slash excursion kind of thing. And never had an issue. I know that there's situations over there, but I guess not on that side of the island. I don't know. But let me see. What did Eddie put there? Eddie's always putting something. Hold on. Oh,
Hmm.
Oh, I guess he's talking to Cruz. Hey, Cruz Nuts, how are you? Welcome in.
Hey, Cruise Nuts.
You here
Hi,
today?
Bruce Nuts.
I know we're having a look at that Brooklyn Eddie yo yo yo. Everybody's coming in, so I'm just leaving a little bit of space so that everybody can come in, so that we can start our show, so that you guys can be here. Today's gonna be epic. It's gonna be great. We know where you. They're looking for you, Keith. What did you do?
As long as I would get boom, boom, boom. This is the police.
Are they looking for that picture that you have over here? Is that what they're looking for?
Maybe. There's nothing I can do about it.
All right, guys. So we're getting ready to start our show. So let's get to it. We're going to be bringing a lot of information from Jamaica. So my turn is the history. So here we all go. Well, hello, everybody, again. So today we're going to be talking about the Port of Falmouth, Jamaica. And I did find some interesting history on this port. I actually found a lot of cool things. And it was nice that I actually just came back from Jamaica. So I went to Montego Bay, and then I went to Ocho Rios, Jamaica on this past trip. So in Jamaica, the Port of Falmouth is the chief town of the capital of the parish in Jamaica. It's also situated in Jamaica's north coast, 29 kilometers east of Montego Bay. It is also noted for being one of the Caribbean's best preserved Georgian towns. The town was meticulously planned from the start, with the wide streets in a regular grid, adequate water supply, and glorious public buildings. It had pipe water earlier than New York City. Wow, that's interesting to know. A little bit about the history there. The port was founded by Thomas Reed in 1769. Falmouth flourished a market center and a port for 40 years, at the time when Jamaica was the world's leading sugar producer. It was named after the town of the same name of Cornwall, which was the birthplace of the governor of Jamaica, Sir William, who was instrumental in the establishment. Falmouth was built upon the coast of Trelawney at a place previously known as Martha Brae Point in 1774. There was only one dwelling of the Port of Falmouth, and by 1981, there were only between 8 to 10 houses there. However, by 1793, the port had expanded rapidly to the point where there were only over 150 dwellings there. During the late 19th and the early 20th century, Falmouth was one of the busiest ports in the colonial Jamaica. It was the home to masons, carpenters, tavern keepers, sailors, planters, and people of other occupations. It was a wealthy town of prosperous parish, with diverse ethnic mixtures within the parish. Nearly 100 plantations were continually producing the sugar and the rum for export to Europe, Jamaica, during the period that has become the world's leading sugar producer. All of the above made Falmouth a central hub of the triangular trade in the Atlantic, with the town's economy based almost entirely on slavery. In Falmouth Harbor, as many as 30 merchant ships could be seen at a given day, many of them transporting slaves from Africa. Rum and sugar manufacturers produced on nearby plantations for export to Europe as a part of the triangular trade. Just so that you guys know, the Port of Falmouth looks like this nowadays. This is what the Port of Falmouth looks like nowadays. And just to give you a little bit of more information on this, as a result, starting in 1840, Falmouth's fortune as a commercial center declined after the passage of the 1833 slavery. So a lot of things happen here in Falmouth, and as they decline and the lack of supportive development had left many of its early buildings standing. The streets are lined up with many small houses, known for their unique fretwork and windows, major merchants and planter complexes, and commercial buildings, all dating from the 1790 to the 1840. While Falmouth saw little commercial advancement after the 1840, houses continued to be built. The town buildings, the oldest and the not so old, make the historic townscape of Falmouth. These shared characteristics weaved the varied building styles into the distinctive patterns of early Jamaican architectural and critical mass of each variety that makes the town a usually distinctive place. So I'm not sure how many of you guys have been to the Port of Falmouth, and if you have, you know that not only the port is kind of like a little bit away from kind of like the city, you can say, but it is a really nice port to port in. It's like I said, it's very safe. I didn't have any issues there when I went in February or this month, earlier this month. And to tell you a little bit more about the Port of Falmouth, the Georgian streets meets gorgeous. This coastal town of Falmouth is packed with rich history dating back over 200 years. The capital city of the parish of Jamaica is exemplary display of heritage and architectural, and Falmouth possesses the largest collection of the Georgian style buildings in Jamaica. And the things to do around Falmouth, which they talk about here, is many of the original buildings will stand, whether it ruins or restore. A walking tour is obvious options for many visitors seeking a lay of the land or to take some of the historical architectural. Trained guides such as those as Braemar tours and Travel Around Jamaica tours share the legacy of the history city with you. So you can always try those tours if you want to take a tour and kind of like see the architectural history of Falmouth. There's also the Chuka tours, which takes you to a place that I actually went, and I completely agree with this. In the 18th century, the prime Good Hope Estate was a village of sugar plantations. Fast forward to a few centuries, and the elegant property is now a nature adventure park. Guys, let me tell you, if you've been to Falmouth and you have not visited the Good Hope Estate, I truly suggest you do. It is not only it's beautiful, it has a lot of history there. I learned about how they made the Appleton rum there. They also have like a really beautiful pool. Everything is super clean. The pool, if you do it with the cruise line, it covers everything. So you can do the pool. You can there's like a river and a falls also there that you can go. There's also slides that you can do. I know that the zip lining and the bike trek are for a little bit of a cost, but if you've never been to Good Hope Estate, I suggest you try it. It's a beautiful place where you can find a lot of history there, and it was a beautiful place to actually visit. So I do recommend that place to anybody that is wishing to go to Falmouth, Jamaica. So Chuka Adventures are the people that take you to the Good Hope Estates, and they provide you with anything that you need. That, like I said, if they have zip lining and stuff like that, you can do it. There's also a river that goes through that plantation, and you can also do like river tubing there. And they have these really cool little ancient houses that you can rent for the day, and they come equipped with drinks and food and stuff like that. They also have a cafeteria where they also sell food at a cost. So it's really nice to be able to see, a little bit of a part of Jamaica and be able to be part, of that history and take it all in. So when we're talking about Jamaica, it makes me so happy because I remember just being there recently with my daughter and we had a great time. So right now I'm going to put you with what is it that we're going to do around the port, which that part is from Alice. So Alice is coming up next. So here we all go. Let's see what Alice has to say today.
Hey, everybody. Just want to welcome in Scott McNeil. Thank you for joining us. And if Tinkerbell, if you'll bring up my slideshow, I'd appreciate that. All right. So if you're getting to Falmouth, Jamaica, not necessarily by a cruise, you can go in by Sangster International Airport. And the airport is located in Montego Bay, and it's about 30-minute drive from the Port of Falmouth. It's the most convenient way to get to the airport, from the airport, to the cruise port in Falmouth is by a taxi or a rental car. So there's also bus service that goes there. It's Knoxford Express buses, and it requires pre-booking online and operates several times per day. But note that the bus stop in Falmouth is about a 6-minute drive from the Falmouth cruise port. So you then have to take a taxi, which is highly recommended. So the other best thing to do would be take a taxi service from the airport to get to the port. And there's 2 different taxi services, Juta and JCal. And they don't have any of the ride sharing services available there, but this is a 30-minute ride from the airport to the cruise port. But most people that visit Falmouth, Jamaica, go there via cruise, and it's owned by Royal Caribbean International and the Port of Authority of Jamaica. Now, both of the berths at the Falmouth cruise port service all of these cruise lines. Now, first, when I was reading it, I'm like, wait a minute, is it only Royal Caribbean that goes there since they partially own it? But no, all of these different cruise lines that you see here go out of Falmouth, Jamaica. So you have a lot of different options depending on which cruise line you like or the itineraries that they go to. Now, immigration and the customs process, you want to make sure that you're prepared. And for many travelers, the prospect of going through immigration and customs in a foreign country can be daunting. However, the process at the cruise port in Falmouth, Jamaica is streamlined for efficiency, ensuring that visitors can start exploring the town with minimal delay. So be sure you have your passport and your cruise ship ID and any necessary visas ready. And if you're bringing items in that need to be declared, ensure they are easily accessible and you have the appropriate paperwork. And while the process is usually smooth, it's always a good idea to be patient and courteous to the immigration officials. I always check to see if a port is wheelchair and accessible for people with limited ability to walk around because my husband does use a walker. So at the Port of Falmouth, it is highly wheelchair accessible as the port is new and built to accommodate the largest shippers, and cruise critic members have also said that the outside the Falmouth port, however, the town itself isn't very accessible. So there are no accessible public transportation options available in Falmouth. However, taxi drivers will generally accommodate a folding wheelchair or a travel size scooter that breaks down to fit into the trunk. So, just look into that before you go and travel if you do use, some kind of device to help you get around. They do have public restrooms available at the port. And there is also a wheelchair accessible restroom in the shopping area. There is no public Wi-Fi at the cruise port in Falmouth. There is Wi-Fi available for paying customers at the port's establishments. And at the port, they do have a nice seating area and several outdoor seating areas. And most of the outdoor seating areas are shaded. And unlike what you might read in reviews and blogs and what Jackie had shared with us, the cruise port in Falmouth is the safest and most hospitable to explore on your own in all of Jamaica, and with the best location to explore the island. Cruise passengers that have never been to a far from an affluent Caribbean island may feel intimidated and not comfortable walking around by themselves. But as you can see in this photo, no one will bother you. And you could just walk around and, you know, they're not aggressive. They're not going to be pushing and harassing you to buy things and, you know, go on tours and things like that. They do have the taxi rides that you could take to the beach. They guide walking along with you, take you to the Taste Jerk Chicken or Red Strip beer, and of course, offering all types of drugs, specifically ganga, as marijuana is called in Jamaica. So, you know, you do have to be careful with things like that. It is true that a handful of Jamaicans hanging around the port areas in Ocho Rios and Montego Bay display this type of aggressive and pushy attitude, and that sometimes individual characters can become a difficult plaster to get rid of. It is known that such attitudes would deter people from, you know, going there and exploring on their own. However, this, and surprisingly for many, this is not a reality when docking at Falmouth Cruise Port. Many Suave cruises that have been in other Jamaican ports also find it surprising how normal the local population is in Falmouth, and believe that the population has been instructed to leave cruise passengers alone. And, you know, even to this day, it's surprising how civil and hospitable the local population is in Falmouth by comparison with the other Jamaican ports, and how enjoyable it is to walk around the historic towns. This being said, cruise travelers should understand that when visiting Falmouth, that Jamaica is not Grand Cayman or St. Martin, where you have a great public transportation. It is easy to explore on your own and go pretty much anywhere hassle-free with friends or family. To explore Jamaica beyond Falmouth Terminal and the historical town is not easy. Unless you have been in Jamaica before and are familiar with local culture, it is advisable to explore the main attractions either on a tour booked on board or online, or with a certified taxi driver that can get you at the terminal. When docking in Falmouth, the port area terminal is one of the main attractions for the day, and many cruises don't venture much further or exit the port gates to explore Old Town, which is easy to do on your own and above all safer than other Jamaican ports. After a major redevelopment in 2011, the old docking area was officially renamed Historic Falmouth Cruise Port and is now a large retail shopping complex. The port has a triangular shape with two piers at an angle, and the exit for both at one end and the exit to the town at the southern side. The area between the piers has a very nice ambience with large squares, shaded arcades, and many shops, and a few places to enjoy a quick bite. And all these are housed in brick buildings designed in the style of British Georgian architecture that recreate the colonial ambience found in the town just outside the gate. A large part of this area of the terminal is occupied by the shops that can be found in most Caribbean ports. The typical international brands like fine jewelry, designer boutiques, duty-free shops, and gift shops like Diamonds International and Tanzanite, Bretling, Colombian Emeralds, Caroloha, Paranajo, or Del Sol. The cruise traveler will also find a few local shops, kiosks, and stores with exclusively Jamaican souvenirs. And you may find a few crafts in these shops, but if you like genuine handcrafted works, the best will be found at the crafts market close by Margaritaville or in town. And one of the best characteristics of the historic Falmouth cruise port is the convenience and offer of a good number of services to help the traveler to explore the town and all the top attractions close by and as far as Ocho Rio or Negril. Just before you exit the main terminal building, for both piers, there is an information desk with an official representative to provide all info you may need. And they also have available maps and brochures. And this is the place to get the self-guided walk-in tour map. And it clearly highlights the path and major landmarks. And naturally, there is a large lot for tour buses and vans next to a meeting point for all booked onshore excursions. And this meeting point is on the left side and is where tours are dispatched by onboard staff and tour operators. For those that prefer to explore on your own, there are some good alternatives. Close to the Shorex meeting point, you will find a taxi stand with fixed rates and also a bus service to Montego Bay with stops next to the craft market, the beach, the Hip Strip, and Rose Hall shops. The bus fare is per person, $20 round trip, and the taxi fares are per car, 1 to 4 passengers, with an extra for each additional passenger. And don't even think about haggling prices with these authorized certified taxi drivers, as the fares are fixed and clearly displayed. It is also in this area that you can buy your ticket and get on this cute trolley, and you could tour of Falmouth, and a great way to discover the old town landmarks. This is a 1-hour guided trolley tour. It's $25 per person, and it allows the visitor to literally see and learn about Falmouth's rich historical heritage with a stop to visit the St. Peter's Anglican Church. It is not a hop-on, hop-off trolley tour. It's just, you take that ride and they do stop at the church. Now, if you would prefer a less modern transportation, there is also a horse-drawn buggy tour. 2 other interesting guided tours are likewise available: the Falmouth food tour and a visit to the Jewish cemetery. And don't forget to try the local foods there. Although most cruise travelers prefer to have food and drinks on board, after all, it is paid for. Jamaica's cuisine is well known for its unique flavors, and at the terminal, there are a few places where you can taste some exclusive specialties of the island. If you never tasted a genuine Jamaican patty, this is an opportunity not to be missed. These are available at a couple of kiosks and also at Nathan's Famous and Tasty Patties. Naturally, Margaritaville also serves Jamaican food, and so do a few other nice spots like Quiznos. A real Jamaican flavor tasting has to include the editor's top choice here is rum and coffee. And both have wonderful spots to be enjoyed on your return to the ships, or if you prefer to stay inside the gated area. The Appleton Rum Estate has a very nice seating area where patrons can enjoy a handful of different flavors of rum, excuse me, from the most famous Jamaican distillery, Jablum. And not far from this, Blue Mountain Coffee is served in a shaded area under the arcades. Jablum is one of the best brands of this unique coffee, and besides enjoying a cup, you can buy in the shop Blue Mountain Coffee, considered by many as the beluga of all coffees. If you just want to get a quick taste of the Blue Mountain Coffee, the Island Brew Cafe is a good place to stop. And there are a few other places close by where genuine Jamaican food can be savored, like Naz Club and restaurant in the town, or just a few miles away, the restaurant at Glistening Waters. But for rum and coffee, the terminal has great offers. Now, when you're walking around the town in Fairmount near the terminal, you will see policemen at Old Town. So if you're planning to explore Falmouth on your own, do not miss on the way to the exiting gates the panels with some interesting historical facts. It was here that it was discovered that Usain Bolt was born in Falmouth, or that infamous Welsh pirate Henry Morgan became a gentrified governor of Jamaica. Once outside the port gates, with security reminding you need to have your ship card to re-enter, the cruise traveler will be on Seaboard Street, and it will not be unusual to see local police in their dapper uniforms. And right away, you will also come across vendors offering souvenirs and crafts and colorful clothing for adults and children. The street right in front of the exit gate is Falmouth Street, and it will take you straight to the heart of the historical town. In less than a 5-minute walk, you will be on Water Square. And now we will go to Keith with some news and excursions. Jackie.
There we go. Now I'm fixed. Sorry, everybody. So, welcome back. It's good to see everybody for the last 2 weeks. We all miss you, and welcome to my favorite part, the cruise news. Since that's what my channel is about. Those of you who never see my channel, I do cruise news. So, welcome to the Port of Falmouth, Jamaica, where today it was a high of 89 and a low of 73. Now, this is the part that you may or may not like going on right here. So the minimum wage over there is 13,000 JMD, which I'm assuming that's Jamaica money. I don't know what the MD is. So per week, which is about $83 a week if that was USD. So basically, if you're over here, $83 is not going to do nothing for a week. I mean, that's decent. Sometimes it's not even good enough for a day. And these people are making about $83. The minimum wage over here, $83 a week. So this is sickening. It sucks. I mean, you feel bad for these people over there because they're not making the money that probably they deserve, because they're getting a lot of tourists over there who are spending big money over there. So obviously, there's a possibility there might be some sort of government corruption with all that money going on over there. So, They make 13 miles an hour, which is minimum in some states. In JMD, that's okay. Here we go. So that's about 2,025 uh, a week of the JMD and 520. So that's not bad. So if you go to Jamaica, please help and tip them a few bucks. It goes a long way. So basically, and the crazy part is the gas. It's $791 of Jamaican money. So that comes out to $5.08 of USD, and that's per gallon. So they do, even though they make very, very little money, they pay a lot of money in gas. I understand it's a small country, so they don't have to drive as far, as long to go wherever they have to go. So, and currently, you can put it in actually the second video in there, not the first one. Thinking about of the ship. So currently, the Disney Fantasy is at the port, and there will be no other ships until May 1st. So that's not going to be there until next week. So, and now you can put up the first picture. Now, January of 2018, the Jamaican police found they seized a pound of cocaine from a passenger trying to bring it on the NCL escape. I mean, this is not the first time people try to bring drugs. So they went to Jamaica, got a pound of cocaine, and tried to bring it. I remember I did a cruise news story probably within the last 6 months or something, where people tried to bring two people tried to bring in cocaine on there, which I couldn't even find that story, which is weird. In July, and also another time in July of 2016, a local tried to board a cruise ship who wasn't even part of that cruise ship, right? So the local boarded the cruise ship. I mean, I'm not boarded. Tried to board a cruise ship with 5 pounds of cocaine, and obviously he or she did get caught and all that. So that's the bad news. Obviously, I will give you some good news over there. So the Jamaica has now had its first artisan village, which opened up on March 20th of this year, and it was a $700 million project. I don't know if that $700 is American money or Jamaican money. I'm assuming it's Jamaican money. So, because I went on a Jamaican news source for this. And the Falmouth Hospital has benefited from a $44 million investment, which really helps. For example, so at this hospital, I saw a story which it makes you understand that you gotta be thankful of what we have over here in the United States and Canada, because, for example, if they had to go from one ward to another ward with a patient, they would, you be on the bed, they push you, but they had to go outside, and it would be, on the islands, a torrential downpour, and sometimes they had to wait for that rain, or maybe put like some sort of plastic over you and get you across, and they get it. It was just like crazy for those workers and all that. So that's it for the news. So, and then we could probably get on with the excursions once think about it gets all done. So you can put up the blue hole one up first right now. Right. So this is the Blue Hole sightseeing tour from Falmouth, which is $140 per person. And basically, so the overview is while in Jamaica, you take a day trip to the Blue Hole. It's a paradise in the hills of the White River Valley. This is a full day tour from Falmouth. Starts with a scenic drive in the rainforest, covered hills, natural pools, waterfalls of the Blue Hole. Swim to more pools around the waterfalls and take a swing on the Tarzan rope, which obviously I don't do Tarzan rope, so and with my luck, I'll take a swing on it and the whole tree will collapse. So that's not gonna happen for me. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I like to swim, but I like to feel my feet hit the ground. So this seems like a type of tour that if you're not comfortable with your feet not touching the ground and swimming, so this may or may not be. This is definitely not for everybody. So that's the one thing. So that's a definite. Okay, so hey, I got this one. This is the Farmer Duns River Falls and River Tubing. So this might be something people like. Says the regular price is 169, but you might be able to find a sale of $30 off on some websites. So basically, you're gonna go on a tube, right? You're gonna send a 600-foot tall Dun River Falls. So it's a 600 feet river. So I mean, it's not bad, but they try to get groups of like 12, 12 or fewer people, and so basically you take a tour of White River and Dunsford tubing, and it says you may never return to the station. Obviously, you will. So it's a 45 minutes west of Ocho Rios. So it's not exactly by the port, but either maybe you can find a bus, or if you book it through a company, they'll have a shuttle bus over there that will take you right over there. So this is something that especially if like those lazy river stuff, you may enjoy this. It's not like the the white water rafting stuff up here. You're not gonna have something like that. And now this is the last one. If you could put up the Bob Marley one. So this is you're in Jamaica. We have not said nothing about Bob Marley, so you have to go. If you're in Jamaica, I know even if you don't like this, it's just something that you have to do because it's Bob Marley. What is Jamaica without Bob Marley? I mean, he's one of the most famous musicians in Jamaica, and you constantly hear about him even now in the United States. So it's called the Bob Marley 9-Mile Tour from Falmouth, and obviously Bob Marley is from Jamaica, and so basically this tour is $95 per person of 12 years and up. For children, 65. And children 4 years and under, it's free. If you have more than 11 adults, please call up and reserve it. So basically, it's the Montego Bay Bob Marley Museum Tour will take you on a 9-mile, a quaint little village in the beautiful mountains of St. Anne's, Jamaica. So you're going to go through a 9-mile area where all it has to do is about Bob Marley, and obviously, like I said, Jamaica. What is Jamaica? What is Jamaica when it comes to music? The only thing you think about when you hear Jamaica with music is Bob Marley. And for me, we're just working in general over here in the United States. From working with a lot of Jamaicans, I've heard a lot of things about Bob Marley, which they like his music because his music had a message to it. So let me pass this off to Tinkerbell, and that's it for my excursions.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now it's my turn to bring you a couple of excursions. And one of the excursions that I found that I think it was a pretty cool one, I've been wanting to do it, I've never done it, is this bamboo rafting in Falmouth, Jamaica. And to give you a little bit of details, this bamboo rafting, you can also combine it with a horseback riding, and it's about $150 per person. A little bit of the information that I have here is says it's an over a half day, take a scenic drive through the Jamaican countryside and arrive at the Caribbean Ocean for a range of unique activities. Ride the horses on the beach and enjoy a splashing on the water with them. Sit back on the bamboo raft and enjoy a sun as you sail on the crystal clear waters. Learn about the nature of the area and as it's protected by the wildlife from your guide. This is not a tour that you do with your cruise company. This will be one that they will pick you up at the cruise port. The second one I found that I've done before is a river rapids. And this one is really cool. This tubing is really nice. If you've never done one, I suggest you at least try it if you're adventurous. It's $89 per person, and it's a 3-hour excursion. You go in a river tubing down Jamaica's Rio Bueno on this 3.5-hour adrenaline-filled excursion. followed by your expert adventure guided down the rapids of the inner tube. Then relax on the beach or take a dip on the Bengal Bay, admire Jamaican's jungle landscape, and keep an eye out for the local wildlife. A life jacket, helmet, and round transportation is included, and they will pick you up at the port as well. So if you guys never done something like this, I suggest you at least try it once. It's really cool, and I like it. This other one is the Dun River Falls. This is another one that I did this one back in 2017 with my family. This one will run you $125 per person. The River Falls is a combined trip to either Blue Hole and the River Falls. A Secret Falls is a single full day tour from Montego Bay. They will also pick you up at the cruise port. Admission ticket is all included. And this one also comes with a lunch. They will stop at a local eatery for some traditional Jamaican jerk chicken, rice, plantains, it says here. So that sounds really good. So this is another one. This is another 3.5-hour excursion. So if this is something that you guys might want to try, I will suggest you do, because I've done the river tubing. It's a lot of fun. You have a lot of laugh, especially whoever you go with. It's going to be a lot of fun with them too. And the River Falls is really cool. They have some really nice areas where you can take pictures, and also kind of like a little, I guess, Earthman's slide there, which they take some pictures of you there. So it's really cool. So now I'm going to get with Miss Alice, and she's going to bring us the remaining of the information. Here she comes.
Hey, what's up? All right. Welcome in to Bruce, and I see Nancy in here, and Josephine, Anthony on the move, and Cheryl popped in. So welcome in. All right. So all of you beachgoers, Falmouth has a lot of different beaches, and one of the top beaches there is Doctor's Cave Beach. It's a slice of paradise, and it's known for its crystal clear waters and powdery white sands. And you could swim, sunbathe, or snorkel to discover a vibrant marine life just beneath the surface. And then we have, if you want to step into history, you should visit the Greenwood Great House. It's an elegant 18th century plantation home filled with antiques, musical instruments, books, and surrounded by lush gardens. And all of these places that I'm mentioning is very close to Old Town Falmouth. So they'd be a walk-in distance away. We have the next one is the Luminous Lagoon. It's a natural phenomenon and enchanting luminous lagoon where the water glows with bioluminescent organisms at night. So if you're there late at night, depending on your cruise ship, you may or may not be. But if you are, take a boat tour and witness this magical phenomenon. And as you take a boat ride on these waters, watch in awe as the water sparkles and glows due to the bioluminescent organisms. It's a surreal experience and only a stone's throw away from the cruise port in Falmouth, Jamaica. And here we have, this is the courthouse that was erected in 1815. This building is a Georgian design, and these buildings are usually well proportioned with seemingly vertical and horizontal grades crossing the building. And other unique features of this type of architecture include fan lights, shingled walls, and jalousies. The courthouse, though razed by fire in 1926, was rebuilt. It numbered among the first official buildings in the town. And then we have the St. Peter's Anglican Church, a touch of faith. It's a magnificent cathedral that stands as a testament to Jamaican spirituality and architecture grandeur. It's a spiritual oasis. This historic church, dating back to the late 18th century, stands as a testament to Falmouth's rich architectural heritage. While it might not be as grand as some of the other Caribbean churches, its quaint charm, beautiful stained glass, and tranquil ambience make it a must-visit for those seeking a moment of reflection. And as Jackie had mentioned earlier when she was sharing the history of the port, she mentioned Good Hope Great House. And it's an 18th century plantation that you can explore. And they offer guided tours that provide an insight in Jamaica's history, culture, and sugar production. And as she mentioned, it was originally sugar plantation, and now Good Hope Estate is a hub for adventure and cultural activities, from ziplining across the Martha Brae River to rum tasting and pottery classes. So there's something for everyone. And the estate also provides insight into the life of plantation workers and the sugar production process. Now, there are some lesser known things nearby. And when I first saw that first one, Falmouth Alligator Pond, I'm like, no, thank you. But it's a peek into mangrove ecosystems, and it's situated slightly off the beaten path. This serene pond is a haven for nature lovers. The dense mangroves surrounding the pond are home to various birds, species, and of course, the elusive alligator. And while the chances of seeing an alligator are slim, the tranquility and beauty of the place make it worth the visit. So if you don't mind an alligator, possibly, go ahead, go for it. There's also the Art District, and it's just a brief walk from the cruise port in Jamaica. The town's Art District is an ode to local artists and craftsmen. And you could wander through the narrow lanes lined with vibrant murals, pop into galleries showcasing indigenous art, or even participate in a workshop to learn traditional Jamaican craft techniques. And the next on the list is Thorpe House, where you can relive the town's historical narratives. This was once the residence of John Thorpe. He was the wealthiest sugar planter of his time, and this historic building now serves as an important venue for community events and exhibitions. And while the house itself is an architectural marvel, it's the tales of its past residents and its significance in Falmouth's history that truly captivate visitors. And then last on the list is Harmony Beach Park. It's a beach less traveled because most visitors will flock to the more renowned beaches of Jamaica. Harmony Beach Park offers a quieter, more relaxed experience, and it's just a short distance from the cruise port in Falmouth. And this beach boasts pristine sands, calm waters, and ample shade, making it the perfect spot for a leisurely day under the Caribbean sun. Exploring Falmouth's lesser-known attractions allows visitors to gain a more profound understanding of the town's history, culture, and local life. And by venturing slightly off the typical tourist routes, you're sure to stumble upon the experiences and stories that add a unique depth to your Jamaican journey. So these are just some of the things that you can do that are close by the port. And, depending on what you want to go for, if you want to relax and not have too much excitement, you just want a vacation and take it easy. These are some nice things, and you could learn the history as well. Now we'll bring Jackie and Keith back up. And I agree, Muncie, don't try swimming in that alligator pond. We don't want to do that. At least I don't.
Well, if Crocodile Dundee was around, he might. Yeah.
That was some cool stuff. I'm like, I haven't been to some of those places that you were talking about, Alice.
Uh-huh.
But one of the cool places that I've actually visited, and like I was telling everybody, is the Good Hope Estate.
Yeah.
It's very, very pretty. Especially I enjoy watching the kiddos go all the way to the falls and then jumping from the rocks into the pool. That was really cool to see. They were having an amazing time.
So today I had a new person show up, Anthony on the Move.
Hey.
I've never seen him before, so thank you for joining in today.
That's right. Thank you so much for being here, Anthony. We appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Got 31 days. Let's get
I
the other
know.
way.
Time just flies by.
I always say, like, once you hit 100, that's when you really start to count down. But once you get past that like 50 mark, then it goes in. I mean, for me, the minute I book the cruise, I'm already looking at like the days. I'm like, oh, I have 150 days. I'm like, oh, my God.
By the time you know it, you'll be on that ship and getting ready to leave. By the time you know it.
And we don't realize it. We get overexcited for a cruise. We're looking at the countdowns. We're doing this just to be on the cruise for 4, 5, or 6 or a week, right? So.
Okay.
So well, that's like rides at amusement parks, right? You wait on this long 1-hour line for a 3-minute ride.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, but it goes fairly quickly. But it's kind of, I guess, because you're having a great time on your cruise that it goes so fast.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've been on cruises where I was like, okay, I've been on the same cruise ship 2 times already. It's funny. The first time on the NCL Escape, I felt I had a better time on the first time than the second time. Now, when I went on the Carnival of Valencia, I felt maybe it was because the first time was the inaugural, so I felt the second time was I had a better time than the first.
Okay, that's awesome. And I know after you, Miss Alice and Eddie Lugo is also leaving on a cruise to Bermuda.
Yes.
Man, I am so jelly. I love Bermuda. It's so beautiful. If you guys have never been.
Yeah. We're going to be driving down or up, I should say, to New Jersey Friday night of May 31st. I'll get there in the afternoon of June 1st, and then the ship leaves June 2nd to the 9th. So we're looking forward to it.
How long is that drive?
It's going to be about 14 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah, but we'll make stops on the way. We're driving at night, so it won't be as busy on the roads. So, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's tough to do as drive. But like with me personally, I can't last. Like once it hits like the 4 or 5 hour mark in the cars, I start to get impatient. My knees start hurting me. So I'm like, ooh.
Well, we take a break like every 2 hours just so Eddie could stretch his legs out and stuff. That was the doctor's recommendation, to stop every 2 hours.
Alice, don't forget to get some butter bagels in New York.
Well, we're not going into New York.
Jersey.
I'll drive some bagels to New Jersey.
I'll ask my daughter to bring me some.
I'm going to be on the cruise ship. Or by June 2nd, I fly back from Miami.
All right, leave a little bagel bag at the port.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you guys have any information, anything that you guys are doing on your own channel that you want to share with anybody else?
Oh,
any
yeah.
announcements?
So Friday, my wife's coming on the live. I put it out there. So we're going to talk about our upcoming cruise on the Carnival.
Nice.
On the Carnival Horizon out of Miami. and it's going to Aruba, Bonaire, La Romana, Amber Cove. And I'm also curious because they got a different cruise directors who I never heard of before. So I never heard of him, but I think he's been around for a while. So
That's awesome. And for you, Alice, do you have any announcements?
No, no announcements or anything. We just have Bermuda cruise coming up, and then in October we do have the Carnival Paradise cruise. It's Halloween cruise. So if anybody out there wants to join us on that cruise that's not already booked, please reach out to Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com, and he can book you a room. And you can join
us. Have it. And you guys want to jump on that because we have we got until July, I think it is when the last final payment is on that.
Right.
And so you got until literally 2 months to get it together. And if you're looking you don't have something to do in October 28th, you might want to come and join us on the Paradise. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
yes, it is.
I'm reading Muncie's comment. It only took 20 hours to go from Columbus, Ohio to Key West. I would think it would take much longer than that. He must have been doing 100 miles an hour. Because I think from here to from New York to Miami is about what?
23.
About 20, right?
We are visiting Key West, and it's going to be about 6 hours, 49 minutes from my home here in Tampa. So it's almost 7 hours from here to Tampa.
Yeah. Because I know it's about 3.5 from Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
I mean, Key West is beautiful. And, it's actually, if you ever go to Key West and you could drive there, it's a beautiful drive.
It is.
It is.
I like that long bridge that they have. It's it's a one-sided bridge. It's pretty cool.
Oh, it's the one that they had in the movie that they blew up with
7 Mile Bridge.
Yeah, one-sided, so it's really cool. And it's nice because as you're driving to Key West, you can kind of see the ocean color starts turning a little bit lighter, and it's kind of like the Caribbean color, and it's so pretty up there.
Yeah.
And the sun, I think it's the sunset. If you go at the end of Key West, or at the end of it, you can see the sunset from the southern part of the United States.
Right.
Muncie says that you can make good time at night, especially in North Carolina, West Virginia, and South Carolina.
Yeah.
And that's what we found when we drove from Georgia to Galveston. We left that night and we made great timing. So that's what we're going to do for New Jersey.
Awesome. That is really cool. My only announcement that I have, guys, is just my group cruise, which is on the Carnival Celebration on April 20th of 2025. I usually play my 1-minute video, but I'm not going to do it because we're running late today. But if you guys are interested in joining Traveling with Tinkerbell on her first Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise, call me, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. So yeah, this is it for our show today.
Show the video. I like the video.
You want me to show the video? All right, so here it goes.
Good evening, everyone. We've got a very special announcement to make today. From Sunday, April 20th to Sunday, April 27th of 2025, we'll be hosting our first ever Traveling with Tinkerbell group cruise on none other than the Carnival Celebration. The itinerary is simple. We'll be departing from the Port of Miami in Florida on the 20th. Our first day will be a simple day at sea where you can explore the boat and check out what's on board. Try some of the food at the buffet, or grab a Guy Fieri burger by the pool and relax. Following that, we'll be stopping at Amber Cove in Dominican Republic, then San Juan in Puerto Rico, and lastly St. Thomas in the Virgin Islands before 2 more sea days to take us back to port. If you're interested in joining us, you can book now at jagonzalez@expediacruises.com. The phone number is 813-608-2935, and the website link will be in the description below. We hope to see you on board when the time comes.
Well, there you guys have it.
And Muncie says they're planning on making it.
Yeah, I know Muncie's thinking about it, and I have a few more people that are also coming along. Weirdly so, my Expedia anchor is like the cruise right after. So we get off and everybody gets on. So everybody in anchor is like, are you going to be there? And I said, hold on, people. I said, if I would have known, I would have done it on that specific week. So I could have done both.
Yeah.
But I might just have to stay in Celebration one extra week to be able to meet with them. And look at that. Muncie's like, she goes, I want to go to Kmart. It's in St. Thomas. I'm actually, I never even knew the Kmart even existed anymore. But Muncie's saying that there's the Kmart in St. Thomas. I mean, if they go, I'm going to go with them. That's going to be an excursion that we're going to do because I would like to see this Kmart.
It's a Kmart excursion.
Yeah.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you so much, guys, for coming on another show. We will see you next month from the Port of Cozumel or Cozumel, right?
Cozumel? Wait, is it Cozumel or Cozumel?
I think it's Cozumel.
Cozumel.
Yeah, however you say. I can't do that.
Cozumel.
I can't do those.
Look, it is no different than Coco Cay or what is it? Coco Cay or Coco Key. It's no different. It's like
wait. I do Coco Cay are two different places.
No, they're the same thing. Actually, I don't know if you guys know that Royal Caribbean is actually doing they're actually building an island or something in Cozumel. They're building something there and another one in the Bahamas, like at NASA. Like, it's crazy. These people are building everywhere. They want to take it all. Like, come on over. So, see, Muncie said it's Cozumel. There you go.
Yeah. If you speak Spanish, they will say it the way you said it. If you don't speak Spanish, they will say it the way I said it. Simple.
Look, Eddie's gonna be strolling. I can feel
Hey,
Eddie
how you
strolling. Eddie, come on in. I know you're very close to Alice. Stroll in, Eddie. Tell us how you say it.
He's on his way.
I know he's on his way.
He's on his way.
Come on,
Yeah.
Eddie.
Which way? That way.
There he is. He's coming.
He's coming.
Making an appearance. So Eddie, how do you say it? Is it Cozumel or how do you say it?
Cozumel.
See, Cozumel.
Cozumel.
Keith,
Close
you
enough.
have a whole week to practice.
You know what? When I go to Cozumel, I'm going to ask them.
No,
Cozumel.
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 No pronunciation, Cozumel.
Cozumel.
All right.
Butter bagels.
So I can't learn another language because I have trouble pronouncing words.
Oh my God, Keith. So you have a whole week, Keith, to figure that out. I'm sure we'll figure it out together.
Oh, yeah. So that'd be good because by the time I go to Cozumel, and it'll probably my cruise is at the end of September, so it might be at like the first week of October when I'm in Cozumel. So by the time I go there, I'll know everything about the port.
Muncie says tomato.
I know, right? Look at, really, Eddie?
That's why I'm laughing.
Alice, watch your back with Eddie.
So someone's gonna be in the doghouse.
Oh my God, he's gonna sleep outside in the cold weather.
Cold weather. Look at that.
with no cats. All righty, guys. So thank you guys for being here tonight. I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you next Wednesday in Cozumel. Toodaloos.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.
Hi, Bill. Thank you for
Hi, bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bill, please watch the replay.
I know. Watch the replay and #replay. Deuces.